Hi Aquarius, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you find the beauty in all things. So this is going to be an overall monthly. We're going to focus on the entire month with this particular reading, mostly with oracles. I will use a couple of tarot cards to kind of bridge a couple of different areas. I'm going to kind of go back to my old school with a twist for the month of September. I'll probably also do this for October as well. We have a lot of transits that are happening over the next little bit, and I would be here for like 3 hours for each sign trying to get through all of it. So we're going to do it a little bit differently for the month of September so that I can give you the overall, and I have a little bit of flexibility to get more down into the weeds in a different reading for you, okay? So as per always, we start with our sacred geometry because that's my jam. That's what I love. And we are going to use the angel guide for the base of the 9 cards that we're going to use. So there's going to be one row dedicated to home and family. There's going to be one row, middle row, devoted towards relationship and romance. And then the final bottom row is going to be all about career, just so that you have an idea. And with those details, I'm going to be able to figure out what's been going on in the past, kind of where your current energies are, and what the end of the month, by the end of the month, looks like for you. Wow. Okay, so I'm not surprised about this one. We do have card number 1. We have ancient sound frequencies that have popped up here. Rebalancing your energy, your frequency, and your vibration. There's a whole litany of them here that are listed. So I'm going to go back in because I do believe that I owe you an additional card with this one. Let me just make sure. I know you have to with the 00 specifically. Do I gotta? Nope. Don't. Okay. Okay. So this is an OBS card. I thought, no, it was the 00 card that requires an additional card to sit there and partner with it. And I'm going to start with this one because this one's going to be a big, juicy reading, I can tell. You're in desperate need of an overhaul. Your body is tired. You're out of balance. You might be feeling emotionally and mentally drained. You've been working hard in so many different aspects of your life that you need to return to the state of balance and harmony on literally every level, okay? You're dealing with an issue in your life that could have an attachment to a past life as well. And whether it be gaining or an understanding or need to forgive and release, it can be done by cutting cords and ties and letting go under the guidance of a light worker. Whoops. Sorry about that. Didn't realize I didn't have it in focus. Okay. So you have the ability to use any of these solfeggio frequencies that are out there. You are being asked to seek additional healing yourself. So you may want to just bring that up to the practitioner that you're going to work with. And if you've worked with ancient frequencies or any of these different frequencies in the past, then you could start with any of those. But you, Aquarius, and I get it, right? There's so much stuff going on with you, with where Jupiter is in placement, where Saturn is in placement. There's just so much going on with Aquarius right now, us being in that whole, dawning of the age of Aquarius. I mean, you guys are going through it. A lot of people are. So let's just not delay. Let's just go ahead and jump on into it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. We have additional support coming through. So not only does Cambriel, however you want to pronounce it, that is the archangel assigned to all Aquarius, okay? There's additional archangels that are coming out this month to specifically work with you. Let's see what pops out for Aquarius. Okay. So, I have a friend that posted a meme, and I saw it a couple of weeks ago, and I giggled at it, but now it's popping back in. The hot mess in me sees the hot mess in you. Hot mess day. I don't know why that's so hilarious, but I love it. Oh, wow. This is the 3rd appearance that Aquarius has made in our readings, you guys. Archangel Aquarius. He has a couple of different jobs, and so I'm going to go back into the book, and I'm going to read them for you, okay? Let me go into this situation. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember who they were. I think, was it Taurus? I'm not even going to try to guess. This is the third time that he's popped out here. So, Aquarius works for Archangel Raphael. He's an air guardian, if you will. And he has special responsibilities. Keep turning the page, woman. Okay. Okay, so Aquarius comes up to support people with infertility, other sexual problems, okay? He also deals with people that are studying and need support with memorizing a lot of material at the same time, okay? So either you are experiencing infertility, potentially some sexuality issues too much, you're having challenges with some different decisions, or you're experiencing problems with your studies. So he is a good one to call on for any of those three circumstances. I'm not trying to hold anyone's feet to the fire, but at the end of the day, you desperately need some help. You are levels of out of whack, okay? So I'm going to say sacral chakra for a lot of you when it comes to your seat of creativity, because you're all over the place. You're all over the place, potentially for some of you. Let me just give these a couple quick boosts here. All right, we know that those are ready to go. We do know that Cambriel wants to use this as the primary supporting deck, and I just want to give it a couple of quick shuffles based upon the different details that came out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to just give this a quick shuffle. She wants these to pop out. And we're going to lay these down. So again, the first row is all about home and family, okay? This is for Aquarius. Now, you said these were going to pop out fast. I'm getting laughed at over here. Home and family. I ask. We have communications before I start the readings. How do you want to do this? I promise it'll go fast. There it is. Well, we got two. Ooh, okay. Well, and there's the third one. Yes, I get it. You want me to take this one as well? Following row. Got it. Well, you go, girl. Okay. Ha ha! And the career. Got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me take a quick peek at these. All right. The central theme for you is healing energy. It shows up in the reverse position. This is about the fourth time it's come up for all the different readings. All but one have been people that are energy workers. And this particular one is definitely saying that the central theme of all of this is the lack of healing that you are receiving for yourself. Okay? The strength, though, needs to you getting back to your compassion. Okay? There was something that was going on and it affected your compassion in the past, which was a little bit lacking. However, the challenge in the situation is for you to continue to see the signs that are being shown to you. And, you know, if you've got one system that's out of whack, it definitely affects the other systems out of whack. It doesn't mean that you've got, you know, specific, not trying to be specific for anyone, but you definitely have a blockage somewhere that needs to get worked on. And there's a potential that you're missing some signs and reminders from the universe about where they're trying to help and guide you because you're so focused on one or two different types of things. Moving forward. It does appear as though there's been a lot of spiritual growth that has happened for you. There is a need to continue to receive healing energies in order for you to have a better self-acceptance. And so how all this ties together, we're going to start with this one. We're going to start with your home life, okay? All these cards showed up in the reverse. It just means that there's extra details. Now I know why she wanted me to use specific cards for you here. Compassion in the reverse position in the past, again, you know, it is still affecting you at this particular moment because the take charge and action card is also showing up here in the reverse. And at the end of the day, it's going to have a lot of influence and factors on your personal self-acceptance. So there's a lot of work that needs to get done in the home area for what it is that I'm seeing here. So this definitely is 3 different energies, for sure, for sure, for sure. And at the end of the day, if a family is a little bit divided or things are going on, then that creates different possibilities for people in different areas. So let's not delay. Let's go ahead and get into the cards here. I am going to use the In-Between Tarot deck to bridge to see what details I can pull out of it. We'll use the White Sage Tarot to bridge a couple of other areas. And then the main focal that she wanted to use is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun at the end, which will also used to create some more clarity here. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on with their compassion? Whoa, there we go. The Emperor and the Empress in the reverse. There's no communication. People are literally not on the same page, and if you're not on the same page, you're not really paying attention to the other person. Makes a lot of sense, right? Whoa, these are flying fast. We got some moody people here. We got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Not necessarily in each other's best light. Okay? Very emotional. No one listening to each other. One more. Oops. Oh! It's that one that dropped. I know you said things were going to fly. Okay. So we have the 10 of Coins going into the Ace of Coins in the reverse position. It's very potential that someone is going through a situation in the household that affected job or money, which might have created some of the original conversation kind of going south a little bit between the partners. Okay. So the take charge, you know, it's something that needs to be worked on, right? Someone's tired of being the front runner, I guess is the word that wants to come out. Let's figure out what we need to do to get back into taking charge and action and into self-acceptance here. Okay. What we have here is healing. We got the 5 of Cups in the reverse position, which is talking about apologies coming in. It's acceptance for something that you have to get over. It is realizing that those 3 cups that spilt over spilt for a reason. A lot of time and energy was spent in your emotions, in your feels, and at the end of the day, you definitely have the magic within you to try to correct and create this particular situation and accept yourself and your portion of the behavior as it deals with whatever that situation was going on. I am going to pull another card here on that Magician. Okay, 8 of Swords. Ooh, thank you. It's happening. It's going to happen. With the 8 of Swords in the reverse position, what we have is somebody, and I know that this goes with the self-acceptance, having a challenge or a struggle, but it does look like there's going to be an opportunity for someone to release that stinking thinking, those negative thoughts that we tend to hang on to. I can't do this. I shouldn't do this. Why am I doing this? Can I move forward? Should I do, all those different types of that back and forth. It's leaving. It's dissipating. So that is a wonderful thing, okay? But, and I don't like to give good people bad news, and I don't like to be totally negative Nancy, but the reason why we focus on tarot and we do oracles and things like that is to give you a heads up about what the potentials are and what they are seeing as some of the best next steps that you can take. So I appreciate you understanding that concept of it. Okay, let's move really quickly into our romance area. We have the divine masculine and feminine in the reverse position. Again, we have the healing energy in the reverse position. And the final outcome is about surrendering this month, Aquarius. You got to surrender. You got to let the things go that do not belong to you completely go, and let the universe step in at this point, okay, to offer the support that you need. Let's go ahead and pull the bridge cards that we need for our Aquarius here. Okay, so in the past you felt like you were doing something alone. Six of Swords. You felt like you were trying to travel upstream by yourself. You know you had to, but it was very, very challenging to do this in the past because you were doing it alone, which is why the union of the divine masculine and feminine was not there. Okay. What else do we have? Whoops. Son of a nutcracker. I mean, it could be, but I'm not taking all those cards. One card, please. Cambrio. One card. The issue is deeper than that. You might need a few more. Okay, let's use the oracles. Just give me a base here. We'll dig into it. Thank you. Sideways. Well, you got the Ten of Wands into the Ace of Wands. So, I'll show it to you like this, like this, like this. Ten of Wands obviously is relieving yourself from... Relieving yourself. Well, eliminating... Like, what is going on with my brain right now? Removing yourself from burdens and situations that are no longer for you. You've carried a heavy load. It's been a lot to bear. You're almost at that point where you're ready to take this ace and be re-sparked into something. This 10 turning into a 1 here. Receiving the divine spark one more time for another push, a new round, okay? You're almost there. You're almost there. That is why the healing energy is still in the reverse position. That makes sense to me. You may be doing a little bit of work on yourself. There's still a little bit more work that needs to be done. I'm just saying. With the 10, but you are working on it, so that's good. Now let's go into the healing energy, into the surrender energy. We have the Three of Swords. Yes, a lot of heartache. A lot of heartache. We have the Two of Cups. Now this is the romance area. There's a lot of angst within particular romance. There's no communication that's going on whatsoever. Someone in the situation really hurt someone else's feelings, got them all in their feels, and there's decisions that are being contemplated right now. Whoops. There's a decision that for sure is going to need to be made here. That's a lot of healing. I mean, again, I get a minimum of 3 energies from that top row of home and family. So everyone in the home and family is potentially going through something different. It could be one person that's just got a lot going on, but I feel more than one energy for sure. But as far as the romance and the situation is concerned, okay, thank you. There's definitely a lot more healing that has to take place. Yeah, someone is super burnt out with the sun in the reverse position. Super burnt out. So when you start your healing, take one more. So when you start your healing journey and you are contemplating the decisions about what's going on with your romance and the emotionality of who's involved and who's not involved and what needs to get done and who's going to do this and who's going to do that, you know, and you have that honest conversation. Yeah. Okay. We've got the Queen of Pentacles that's sitting in the reverse position. So there's a lot that's wrapped into this one. Oh my God, I could be here peeling this for like 2 hours. But at the end of the day, what it boils down to is there's so much hurt and pain that it's affecting your stability when it comes to finance as well. It already showed up in the family it's showing up again. There's some burnout that's going on here. So at the end of the day, the universe wants you to give it to them and surrender it to them so that they can help support you a little bit more. That's what it boils down to, okay? Now let's take a look specifically at work and career, all right? Spiritual growth is occurring. It's possible that you have a spiritual business, but spiritual growth is a part of what's going on. Now, in order for your work to continue to move forward in the right direction, honesty and communication is called for at all times, okay? You are in that point where it looks like, and I love the way that this card is depicted here, this higher level of information that's coming through, like kind of pouring into the top of her head, showing up between that throat chakra and the heart chakra. This isn't necessarily depicted as Gabriel, but that is how I feel Gabriel, with that divine white light that comes through, just kind of rushing through everything. Honesty and communication, throat chakra, okay? Honesty and communication, and then again, at the end of the day, realizing if you have missed signs and reminders that there are other ways and other things, the ways that universe are trying to get your attention. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with our career here. Ooh, so we have temperance with the devil. Tasting the forbidden fruit is basically what's going on here. Not a lot of balance, a lot of chaos, tying yourself to things that you don't really like, just being in complete turmoil in one sense. So continuing to do things that you know you probably don't want to do, but you're doing them anyway for whatever particular reason. And even if that was to maybe try to have some focus one way or the other, it could also be the lack of focus on an area that was happening that was creating a different situation for you that it was a little bit difficult to get out of. One more on that, please. Yeah, we got the Ace of Coins in the reverse position. So the Ace of Coins in the reverse into the Two of Coins is not really seeing the opportunity, not really taking advantage of an opportunity that was available to you at one time that might have been able to help support you, whether it was financial in the business, a choice, something needed to be dropped. It's focusing on the Ace of Coins, though, talking about a new opportunity, a tangible, touchable thing that you can put your hands on. You're maybe a little too busy to try to focus on what that sign was. That's okay. Now let's bridge into this honesty and this communication. If you had to, so they're saying if you had to take a step back whilst you were going through all those different things, it makes sense. Okay, it does make sense. So if you're going from this honest communication, which is where you're headed in the present tense here, into the signs and reminders that you need to be able to see. Let's see what other information we have for Aquarius. The Hierophant. Taurus energy. This is talking about your steady value, and it's also talking about higher learning. It's also talking about graduating. It's also talking about up-leveling vibrationally, 3D to 4D to 5D, that whole type of situation. It is saying that you have the keys of knowledge that are going to be able to take place. It does also indicate you could be teaching someone, or again, that you need to be taking some additional there's additional information that's needed. There's a learning that's going to be exchanged between you and another individual potentially. Open communication. Ooh, Six of Pentacles. We like this one. We like the balance. So what I see here is that there's a potential for someone here I see working with someone else. There's some learning that you're going to get. There's some learning. There's some sort of, I almost want to say the word marriage, although it's not a physical marriage. There's some way that there's somebody out there that's going to be supportive of you, and it's going to help to balance what it is that you have going on in your world. I'm going to take another card on that. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we have the Devil in reverse, and we also have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So the Queen of Swords could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini. It also could be you, Aquarius. Just more in your heart space of the emotional challenges that you're going through, and less in your intelligence. However, you're working your way through it because the Devil is now in the reverse position, that Capricorn energy that comes through, realizing what it is at the end of the day that you have to adjust to in order to see your way through accepting all the signs and signals from the universe. Whew, that was a lot. This is heavy. But that is okay. So we were told that we needed to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. There's one therapy card that we're going to pull out, but the Oracle of the Radiant Sun is going to share a little bit more. So we're going to put each of these stacks back here, and we're going to do a little bit more of a deeper dive. So we're going to go back into the family and the relationship really quickly here. Thank you. Ooh. Okay, there's an escape. There's an escape. So we have Mars and Pisces information. So there was an escape. Someone was leaving. Somebody did something. Okay. Escapism from a situation in the relationship as well. Someone wasn't available. Not knowing why they were going, but leaving. Moving forward. Someone else had lack of charity, thought process, and someone else was too focused on concentrating on all the different things. So just a lot of imbalance with that particular situation at that time. Let's move forward to the romantic sector here and see what other details we can pull out real quick. Okay. Fulfillment from the past energy. Thought it flipped. I guess it didn't. Indecision, Libra and Venus, flattery. Okay. I'll take one more before I say another word. So, what I'm getting out of this is one person's energy that is all about, you got to be conscientious of what is being said and how it's being said. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah. So whoever owns the Sagittarian energy, doesn't necessarily have to be Sagittarius, in the past was feeling very comfortable and confident about all the different things that were going on. And as at the point now with this flirtation card that shows up here, not sure how to get back in the good graces, and is using a lot of flattery, talking out of both sides of their mouth in one sense in order to try to appease the situation. Be that as it may, list it all out and give it back up to the universe here to support you, okay? Because they will support you. Let's move on now to this work situation that we've got going on here for our Aquarius. And I realize that this is not going to resonate with everyone. I get it, and that's totally fine. We have a lot of drama at work. We have a lot of drama. There's manipulation that comes out. So that actually comes out to two different things. You're working with someone already, and there is a strong communication between the two of you, and there is a way for one person to have an influence over another. Or you're trying to manifest something else, and again, you're trying to make a choice with this whole Libra situation that's popping up. So I would call in Venus to support you at this particular moment. This manipulation card is Scorpio energy. This dramatic card that shows up is Leo energy, if that is meaningful for you. But the manipulation card doesn't necessarily mean like someone's trying to be sketchy. Again, it's someone using their influence to make something else happen. So we call that manipulation. Some other people are going to call it alchemy. However it is that you want to be able to receive that. But there is a choice at the end of the day that needs to be made. And because it's air sign again and it's coming out with Libra, that might be information that someone else needs to, it might be beneficial for you. Okay, so we're going to pull out our angel therapy card real quick. Angel therapy card. Vacuum away all the fears. Okay, vacuum away all the fears. Call on archangels Michael and Raphael together as a team. They will lift any fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone that's involved, regardless of whether it's home, whether it's the love life, or whether it's business. And allow them to come in and replace any fear with joy and love, okay? Okay. Numerology card that pops up here is this is all about your personal growth, okay? You are going to grow significantly out of this whole situation at the end of it, Aquarius. Going to come out a lot stronger than you were. And we're going to use our mystical wisdom, Aquarius. I like that. Your request is to become the peacock and raise your standards. Raise your standards. Okay, so this is a big one. Again, this is one of the reasons why I'm doing separate, because I could be here for 15,000 hours. This is not going to resonate with everyone, and that's fine. But whoever's going through this particular situation that's involving, you know, 2 or more energies in their home, all going through a growth challenging type of a situation together, at the end of the day, what it boils down to is earning back your self-acceptance, okay? Whatever the situation is in the romantic situation that took a little bit of a dip and a dive, surrender all of that up to the universe to allow them to come in to support you with what it is that you need. And regardless of what's going on in your particular business, you are going to be able to see the signs and the reminders from Spirit on a daily basis about what it is that you need to be able to do. So don't take that for granted. Again, you've got the peacock. Raise your standards a little bit. You also have Aquarius that is here talking to you about higher learning, learning lots of information at once, supporting people with infidelity, infertility. And also any sexual problems that could potentially be popping up for you. And if, again, none of these circumstances have anything to do with what you've got going on, that's totally fine. You're not hurting my feelings. This reading was probably not for you, so make sure that you're taking a look at your sun, your moon, and your rising, or any of the other ones. Having had said that, if you find yourself in need of a personal session, I am available. Make sure that you go to peonielore.com or take a look at the alternative that's in the description box below. If you did find some value in this particular reading, then please make sure that you give it a like. You can comment below. You can share this out to someone else that you think it could be related to if it's not you. You know, anything that we have to do to get the messages spread so that people can do the next pieces of love and light for themselves. I'm all about that. So Aquarius, thank you very, very much. And until the next broadcast for some more details, have a blessed day and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.